Hi guys, it's Kat. Sorry it's been so long since I've posted a video. I'm actually going to do a little vlog here to explain why. Last week, from the 3rd to the 7th, my husband and I went on a trip, a camping trip with a married couple that we're very good friends with. And my husband went to high school with her, and then she and her husband have been our friends for years, and they wanted to take us on a camping trip. My husband had never been camping before, and I love camping. And there is a place called Pelee Island where they had been before, but neither me or my husband had been there, and we wanted to visit. So they took us there, and Pelee Island is a little island in the middle of Lake Erie, the east end of Lake Erie. And it's right in between Leamington, Ontario, and Sandusky, Ohio, like right in the middle of the lake there. And so we took the ferry over there, and we camped out for a few nights. And Pelee Island is actually famous for their winery and wines. And so we went on a winery tour, and we had a lot of fun. And the only thing was it was really hot. Because Pelee Island, they actually explained during the winery tour, Pelee Island, if you look on a map, is along the same latitude as Spain, and the surrounding waters create like a heat sink, so they actually get temperatures similar to Spain. So it was really hot. It was like, I think it was in the high 90s, almost hundreds. It was so hot. We frequently had to, because we were camping, so, and a lot of the shops there didn't seem to have, well, there aren't very many shops to begin with, and the ones that were there, the little shops and restaurants, didn't have powerful enough air conditioning, and we just couldn't cool down, so we had to sit in the car a lot of the times to cool down. It was so hot. And the other issue was it was very buggy. There were lots of mosquitoes and lots of, I don't know what, something that was biting us through our clothes. So between the four of us, we went through like 3.5 big cans of Deep Woods Off. And we had to spray our clothes and everything every time because we camped in a trailer, thank goodness, because it rained, and it would have sucked if we were in a tent. But we were in a trailer. Every time we left the trailer, we had to spray. Every time we went to the showers, we had to spray before we got out of the shower building. Oh, it was terrible. So many bugs. But it was a great experience. Pelee Island is a beautiful place. There is a long sandy point at the south end of the island, and that is actually the southernmost point in Canada accessible by humans. There is another little island a little further south from Pelee, but that is it's called Middle Island, and it's where the Americans used to go during the Prohibition period to drink without being caught. And now it is a bird sanctuary for migrating birds, and a just nature conservatory, and people aren't allowed on that island. So this little sandy point at the bottom of Pelee Island is the southernmost point of Canada, and we walked all the way out and stood on the very point. It was actually a 3-kilometer walk out, and then another 3 kilometers back, obviously, which is equivalent to almost 2 miles. It's like 1.8 miles or something like that. It was a long walk, and it was in the middle of the day when it was really hot. Luckily, I fell in the water, so I was able to cool off, because I thought it would be funny to be like, hey, I'm jumping off the southernmost point of Canada, and then it only went out maybe a foot, and then it went down. It went deep. I thought it was only going to be like maybe ankle deep, calf deep, and it actually went down like up to my knees. So I kind of fell and I got wet, but it was nice. And the water was surprisingly warm. Usually the lakes aren't that warm, but it was really warm. Like I could go in without hesitating. Normally it takes me forever to get into any beach water because I hate cold water, but it was warm enough that I was able to go in without hesitating. It was so nice. So yeah, that was our trip. Oh, and also there's a ferry from Pelee Island that goes to Ohio. So for something to do one day, we took the ferry to Ohio and went shopping. And There's not really a whole lot in America that we don't have here in Canada, except Target, but we're getting that next year. And we found Sandusky Mall, and it has like Macy's and JCPenney, which we don't have here. So we were able to check out a few different things. And I went to an Old Navy, which we do have here, but things were cheaper there, and so I shopped, and I bought this shirt. I don't know if you can see it. It's an Avengers shirt. That's Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I'm up too high or... and this shirt, regular price was 16 something, and it was on the clearance rack for like $5. And here in Canada, a regular shirt like this at Old Navy would be like 20, $25. And clearance price would be maybe 10. So I saved a lot there. And I also happened to find I don't know if you can see my shorts. These fancy plaid shorts. These were also on the clearance rack, and they happened to match this shirt. There's some pinks in it that match the shirt. So, I picked up these shorts too. The regular price was 24 something, and the clearance price was like 6 something. And in Canada, a regular price for these shorts would be like $35, and clearance price would be maybe 12, 15. So I saved a lot there too. And I also bought my husband an Iron Man shirt from there. So yay. And my husband picked up Code Red Mountain Dew from Target, because we used to have it here, but for some reason they don't ship it to Canada anymore. They don't, or distribute it in Canada anymore. And same with Cherry Coke. I should have picked up some Cherry Coke, but I just didn't, because I didn't want a whole case for myself, because I'm trying to cut down on the sugar, but I really should have picked some up. I'm regretting it now. We're gonna have to go on another shopping trip to America. But anyways, so that was our trip, and we came back late on Saturday, and then I didn't want to vlog yet because I wanted to finish a crochet project I was working on so that I could show you in my video, and which I just finished today. But also an issue we had was for a couple of days we didn't have internet, because we have our internet, home phone, and cable through our cable company. And we live in an apartment, and one of our lovely downstairs neighbors decided to hack into the cable and try to like connect it into their apartment and try to get free cable. And in the process, they damaged our connection. And we actually didn't know this. Our cable and all our services just died, and we figured it was one of their normal outages. Every once in a while, they have an outage. Not that often though, like maybe a couple times a year there'll be an outage when they're like repairing things, but it only happened for like half an hour, 45 minutes maybe. But after about 3-4 hours, we were like, what is going on? So we contacted the customer service, and we actually had to use our laptop and connect through some random unsecure wireless network that we happened to find that worked. And we contacted customer service, and they told us there was no outage and there was nothing wrong and we should be up and running, but we weren't. So they had to send a technician out the next day. The technician couldn't figure out what was wrong. Then he went down to, there's a room on the first floor of our apartment building where the cable comes into the building, and he went down there to look at something or other, and somehow he figured out that somebody in this building had hacked into our cable. So yay. So then he couldn't fix it that day. They had to send another technician the next day, and there was this whole thing where they had to search the apartments to figure out who was doing it, and they had to give 24 hours notice and blah blah. So it took us a couple of days to get all our stuff back. So for a couple of days we had no TV, no phone, no internet. That's the only one bad thing about having everything through your cable. If the cable dies, you have nothing. But otherwise, it's a good bundle. But so there was that. But now everything is back to normal, and I am done my crochet project that I want to show you. As I have mentioned previously, my niece's birthday is coming up soon, and she is a ballerina. She's been doing ballet for like 6 years. And actually her birthday was on Tuesday, but her party's on Saturday. And this is the Ballerina Mouse I made her. It has movable arms and legs. And little tail. Doesn't move though. So it can, you know, splits. You can put her in all kinds of poses. She's really cute. I thought she was going to turn out to be a little bit bigger, but actually I'm kind of glad it didn't turn out to be bigger because it would have taken me forever to do. This took long enough. And my fingers are so sore from all the sewing and embroidery, because in the picture it actually had plastic eyes, but I haven't been able to find eyes that small. I only have really large ones, and it looked ridiculous when I put them on to see what they look like. So I took some yarn and I tried to stitch my own eyes. They don't exactly match, but I guess they're okay. So yeah, that's my Ballerina Mouse. She's so cute. And I got the pattern from this issue, the April 2012 issue of Crochet World magazine. It's the same issue I'd made the ladybug from one of my previous videos. Same issue. I have used this issue so much now, it's almost falling apart. I love this issue. So many good things in it. So unfortunately I can't share the pattern because it's, you know, copyright in a magazine. But actually, if you subscribe to Crochet World, I don't, because I don't want to receive every issue. I think I've explained this before, because there's some issues where I'm just not interested in any of the patterns, so I'd rather just look at them when they come out, and if there's enough patterns in there I like, I'll buy it. If not, I won't. But if you subscribe to Crochet World magazine, you'll actually be able to also access all patterns, like from back issues. I forget how far back, but you can go on, if you're a subscriber, they'll give you like a password or something, and you go on their website and you can access all the patterns from all the back issues. I think for the last couple of years or so, maybe a little more than that. So yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there in case anyone's interested. And I guess that's all I have to share today. I just wanted to share my little mouse, Ballerina Mouse from a ballerina niece. And I wanted to have it done today so I could spend tomorrow working on her cake. I posted a video about my practice cake a couple weeks ago, so it should only be a video or two back if you want to see that. I'm going to try to recreate that cake tomorrow. Wish me luck. So yeah, I guess that's it. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and happy crocheting and crafting.